Good morning, everybody. Lisa Mesri with Remax Top Producers. Wanted to just give it a second before everyone to give a chance for everyone to come on. Today we're going to be talking about iBuying, the truth about it, the pros about it, the cons about it, what other statistics have happened about it. Just basically going over the different new form of being able to sell your home. So let's start off by saying, what is an iBuyer? An iBuyer is defined according to Jovio, a company or investor that uses automated valuation modules, or AVM, to make instant offers on homes. It allows sellers to close on a property quickly. Once sold, the company then turns around and resells the home for a profit. So that's pretty easy said, right? Someone just gives you an offer on your home, and then you're going to be able to sell your home and move quickly. However, let's see how it works. So let's see. iBuying works a little bit differently, but kind of the same way as a traditional sale. So first, how it works is the seller fills out an online questionnaire about their home. 2, the iBuyer, meaning the buyer company that's going to be possibly buying the home, uses logarithms and technology to determine the offer price. Number 3, the iBuyer then presents the seller with a non-binding offer, typically within about 2 days. And the iBuyer then sends inspectors to verify the value and assess any needed repairs on the property, because their version of is usually different than what the homeowner's version is. And number 5, the transaction closes and the iBuyer takes ownership and charges a fee of anywhere of 6 to 8%. Number 6, the iBuyer renovates for resale. Number 7, the iBuyer then lists the home. And number 8, that goes back into the process of buying a house from the iBuyer. And how that's a little bit different from the traditional standpoint is a traditional one is just very common. You sell your home, you put it on the market, you have showings, and you get an offer. You then go through the negotiations process with repairs and offers, and you close it up. Same type. The difference is the iBuyers has speed and the convenience and certainty, whereas the traditional is we have more of a controlled environment to where we can then have a professional like myself help you with the negotiation process and to be able to determine price and strategy, help you stage the home, help in timing of the sequence, and help you then protect yourself from all the disclosures and making sure that you let everyone know about the legal issues. So according to National Association of Realtors on a 2019 consumer survey, sellers needed assistance in a variety of things during the sale: negotiating the price of the terms of the sale, determining the list price, advice about selling, timing and the sequence of the sale, and help with legal issues and additional home staging. The top one was negotiating the terms, though. That was 59% of them. And most according to NAR as well, which is the National Association of Realtors, the top price was a top concern for sellers. Getting a good price was 43% of the sellers. Selling quickly was only 20%. So most sellers are saying, according to this, that they would prefer to have a good price on their home versus selling quickly, which is the iBuyer's convenience there. Now, the iBuyer does come with a cost. So there is a cost for that convenience. According to Collateral Analysis, they did a study of the cost for convenience. And traditional brokers, fees generally range from 5 to 7% of the sales price. In addition to this cost, buyers typically pay some closing costs, including lender-related charges and other closing costs relating to 1 to 3% of the total sale. Where in contrast, the iBuyer charges a seller a convenience fee of anywhere of 6 to 9.5%. Some also charge the seller for fees typically paid by the buyers at closing, adding another 1% or more. Most iBuyers will inspect the home, assess a generous home repair allowance, and negotiate an additional credit to handle such repairs. Overall, the total direct costs, ignoring repair credits, will run 7 to 10% for an iBuyer versus the typical 5 to 9 for a traditional seller, and buyer closing costs to a traditional broker. Yet that's not the end of the story of the comparison. So that was straight from the, the Collateral Analysis that recently released that study in regards to that with iBuying. So let's look at an example. This is what the Collateral Analysis, the same one showed of the, I'm going to show this here to you, this graph. So this top line is a traditional sale versus two different comparable iBuying systems. So you can see how the sellers are getting a lot less in regards to what a traditional sale would offer. So let's use some numbers, because I know a lot of you like to have numbers, and I personally like to have numbers to kind of see what an example is. So for a traditional sale with using a realtor like myself, market price, let's say, is $450 for your home. You owe $100,000 a balance on your mortgage that needs to be paid off. You have roughly $33.47 in closing costs, roughly $27,000 in commissions. There's no service fee, usually no repairs unless you get negotiated during escrow. No holding costs, meaning your net to your seller, to yourself at the $450 purchase price would be roughly $316,780 versus the iBuyer, which they're going to lower your price because they have to make a profit. Remember, that's all that they're looking for is a profit. So this, it is quicker, but they are looking for a profit. So they're going to offer you roughly, let's say $405 being conservative. You still have to pay off that mortgage of $100,000. You're still going to have your closing costs because you're still going to have escrow and title insurance and all the other closing costs involved. So that's roughly $32.13. You're not going to be paying a commission on that side. They do have a service fee, like they said in the article, for $30,375 roughly. They're also going to deduct for repairs that they're going to need to be done for the home of $8,100. And they're also going to assess you some holding costs. The holding costs means that they are going to have to accrue fees for while they hold the property and fix it up and then resell it. So those holding costs then come back to you as the seller, roughly about $265 is what this example is saying, making your net to you the seller, when using an iBuyer, is $259,989, a difference of $56,791 roughly. So that's the cost of having it convenient and getting it done right away. Now, of course, this is going to be for some sellers. Some sellers, it'll be very easy for you to be able to utilize it because the advantages of it is making it a quick sale, and you avoid the uncertainty of knowing when the home will sell. So if you need to move quick and you need to move right away and you don't care about the net that's going to you, that's going to be something that you can go ahead and like to do. But the bottom line is for selling with an iBuyer is, after taking a look through the iBuyer platform, the study for Collateral Analysis says that using an iBuyer is more expensive for the homeowner than the traditional broker mileage, but for some sellers, it may make sense. I'm really curious to see how this iBuying will ultimately affect home values, because if they're offering 20-30% lower, $50,000 lower on a house, like that example that we were saying, $45,000 less than selling the home. Now, even though may not be in the MLS as a comparable, but they will be comparables through title because they're going to be technically closing. So is that going to be then dropping the home values of homes in the area? Then we'll have to see if that's the case. So I know this is a lot of information. iBuying is not necessarily a bad thing. It's not necessarily a good thing because there's different types of sellers and there's different types of buyers. And this is just one different model of buying homes. So there will be for some buyers and sellers, and it won't be for everybody though, because most sellers need the money from their equity from their home to either buy a bigger house or they want to put it in their nest egg and they want to cash out. There's different reasons why, and so usually according to NAR, most sellers want more for their home so that they can net more. So that's pretty much all I've got today for iBuying. If you have further questions or if you'd like more information, feel free to give me a call, 909-583-7844. If you're interested in knowing what your home is worth or are thinking about selling, give me a call as well. I'm happy to sit down with you, no obligation, and confidential appointment with you as well. And join me next week because we had a lot of things come down the pipeline from Sacramento with regards to the new mandated statewide rent control. So I am going to be interviewing Christine Schachtner next week at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. She is the GAD for Tri-Counties and PWR, Pacific West Association of Realtors. So I want to be interviewing her to go over all the things that you as tenants and you as landlords need to know that's coming down the pipeline and what you can expect. So join me then, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye.